My mic would be muted. Okay, so aside from tiny editing things like maybe removing this, actually no, that was short enough that I don't really care. And hopefully none of you will care because, well, I was debating about stealing my Twitch VOD and just uploading it to YouTube, but it looked rather long, and what is going on? Why can't I delete these? Apparently I can't delete them while recording. Ugh, I can't make things look pretty when I'm recording. Oh well. So, maybe I can do this. I'll be able to see. Alright, there we go. Now I can at least see when I'm going to need to stop talking-ish. Hold on. Okay. Anyway, threes with fucking Zillion Benji. Now, keep in mind this is 3 shitty classes versus, generally speaking, 3 really good classes. Yeah, I'd put Holy Paladin pretty bottom tier. I would put Marks Hunter pretty bottom tier. I don't know why he refuses to play BM. If I just had like a BM Hunter friend who wasn't always running like fucking whatever, you know, Jungle Cleave or Red Hunter or Hans Hunter or Ellie Hunter or anything BM Hunter really for that matter, I would be doing fantastic right now, but they're all off running said comps I just mentioned. Anyway, it's 3 pretty bottomish tier classes, and actually I found out Zillia is a lot better than I expected. I don't know if it's the lack of motivation to actually play when his class is shit, which would be my guess, but it's either that or he really likes just dispelling monks, which could be the other thing. And if you like dispelling monks, then I'm probably gonna like you as a healer. But other than that, it just I was originally pretty scared about playing with the Holy Paladin because I don't trust the class at all, but I was more impressed than I don't know. I just didn't have high expectations and we did fairly well. So, anyway, it's live, not PTR, so I don't get to 100-0 people in Fist of Fury yet, which is, okay, I'm not gonna say it, you all know what I mean, but, yeah, couple things I did notice, because live's silly and I don't think I've actually talked about, like, a live game this entire patch. Really, do I let this go? Oh, yeah. I have pro, like, fucking editing skills, like, mid-Twitch recording, because I'm lazy. Are you going to get to be really upset now that I'm going to mention it? Is that what I'm saying here doesn't match what or when my mouth moves in the other thing. And we fight this FMP, like, a lot more than I thought. They were, like, all of our early 5 whatever games. Oh my god, I need to edit this. Hold on. Okay, before anyone starts complaining, I roughly edited this, meaning I recorded each game separately on Twitch, because there was something about me having music and I was scared to actually just directly upload it. And I didn't know how well, whatever it would be, half of the video, what is this going to turn out to be, like, half an hour or so? 20 minutes, something like that? Relatively long, because we did have a couple of long games. And how much downtime was there, and whether or not I should bother uploading it, or if I should just do this. Which doesn't take all that long, considering I can just start recording it from Twitch and then go and do other stuff, like watch a stream. So it's not too bad, and then actually just talk over it, which also isn't that bad. It's just no Skype audio because I felt like listening to music. And you can see whatever Pandora I actually liked on the bottom right, which hopefully there's no copyright issues on that. Maybe I just won't claim this one. We'll see. But let's see. Effective things to think of. Oh yeah, I really hate Feral Druid still. This Feral Druid's not actually one that pissed me off as much, mostly because he's playing with a mage, and tunneling a mage, they just sort of like fall over, even with Temporal Shield. Trank Shot is like a mage's worst enemy, and then monks actually are just annoying to face as casters, because you just sort of do stuff, and you keep running and rolling after them. And they have like their set amount of bursts they can do at certain points, and if you just roll behind a pillar, because you can see it coming, they're not all that scary. Yeah. I still feel like casters have too much burst, but actually no. I don't think casters have too much burst. I think a couple classes do. Ellie shamans randomly burst too much. Mage's setup is just a little bit too infrequent, and they resort to spamming poly too much, and spell steal, just that's it. Because when they don't have damage, it's like pointless to do damage, and I don't really like that. Nor do I like the infinitely cast polymorph because they feel like it idea, but yeah, something needs to change with that class. I really don't like fear and poly mechanics right now. I feel like those need to go with the dispel cooldown increase, but I've said that one before, right? I don't know. I feel like I've had several conversations over it. I don't know if I've actually put it into a video. But yeah, the infinite or the 0 cooldown fear and poly and cyclone CDs, or not CDs, I guess, because they have no cooldown. CCs, unless you're Feral Druid, in which case they also have a CD, but those in general need to, like, die in a fire. Dispel got a cooldown, and I really feel like they're just out of control. What else? Oh yeah, I'm sad double melee doesn't work. I would love to run, like, Monk Priest. That was so much fun. I had to try so hard in that comp, and it felt so satisfying to win. And it was so much fun, and I love Gannic, but he, like, quit, and now I have no friends. What else? Benji, no! No, Pinchy! Live! Wow, Holy Pally Guardian's fucking crazy. I didn't think it did that much healing. Jesus. He got, like, healed through people tunneling him instantly. Huh. What else? Man! I really needed to think of this beforehand. I had, like, all sorts of funny ideas, and then I realized the video was going to be, like, half an hour long. And half of them were done at the start, so I gave up. Huh. Fuck. Maybe a different game will be more interesting. I'll have more to talk about, because I don't want to bitch about Pharaohs, because I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse, because I constantly complain about Pharaoh Druids. I could talk about PTR stuff, but I feel like I should log on PTR if I actually want to talk about PTR stuff. And we're fighting FMP again! Wow. If I can find it. And maybe I'll just start it here. Yeah, this works. Okay. Let me think. I can come up with something to talk about. I should never run out of reasons to complain about this game. I don't want to have to play the BM Hunter, so I'm not playing as much. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with that. I hate being required to play with a Hunter. It's annoying. Warlock Monk works. It's really, really hard, and I think you require, like, a Resto Druid to do it well. And I have no Resto Druid friends. Oh, I have Mayo, but he plays League mostly now. But yeah, that kind of requires the Resto Druid. They just have to be able to infinitely keep you alive so you can actually capitalize on the fact that monks just build stacks and get stronger and stronger as the Warlock rots the entire team. Oh man, I can't wait for my pet to get a cast bar. He definitely just put lightning while the priest was paralyzed and put it on after the paralysis went off. Like, 100%. That's upsetting. Fuck you, Siphene. I'm all sorts of sneaky. Gonna go jab at fucking Totem. Uh-oh. I should flee. Benji's in a fear and Zillia's in a fucking poly because lose control is backwards. Every time I play with people with different names, it changes, by the way. That's why that keeps fucking up. When I only played with, like, Gannic and Save, and, well, I guess if I only played with Zillia, it'd be fine. Zillia's a Z. So it would generally always go me in the middle and then Zillia at the bottom and then whoever at the top. But when the names are, like, semi-alphabetical or match like that, it's easier to set up, but it does get a little bit annoying. And it's really only on there for you guys. Like, in Skype, people will say what CCs they're in, so I know for sure. So even if I take off the thing, it just sort of helps. Okay, reasons this comp doesn't work. Binding Shot. DRs with my AoE, with both of my AoE stuns. And we have a Hodge. I'll just throw that out there. Which among attempts to nerf BM Hunters, they failed miserably. I guess they lost their stun. That's a little better, but they can still just use pets to do it. I don't know. Something needs to change about pets. Mostly, I think the speed they need to go, and their AI needs to be as bad as my pets. Because, as it would seem, BM Hunter Pets AI, not as bad as mine. Oh my god. Is this me? Do I fix it? Does it fix itself? Please don't make me stop recording and edit again. I was on a roll. I was getting ready to just, like, unload at BM Hunter Pets. No. Please don't change anything. Work! I don't want to have to edit and forget my train of thought. Okay. Screw it. I'm just going to continue on with BM Hunter Pet rant. Alright. They do too much. They simply do too much, in my opinion. Like, they don't need to be that fast. They need to be significantly less dumb. For example, you shouldn't have to be in, like, I think you have to be in melee range to actually kill command. If you hit kill command, your pet should get a buff as long as you're on line of sight of it, and its next attack will be kill command. And in exchange for that, they should lose, like, some of their moves to be buffed. It should be easier to physically control your pet. You shouldn't have to deal with random ass mechanics. But it shouldn't be as, I'm going to run to where you can't kite me and do whatever I want because you can beam me out of CC and I can get myself out of CC, and trinkets everywhere and do whatever I want. So, yeah, I do have some mercy. Even though I think BM should die in a fire, because the pet actually does everything, I still feel that would be an acceptable trade-off. However, there is no acceptable trade-off with Feral Druids. That class needs to die. What else? Wow, did I really just run away with Taylor and Cloak stacks and proc trinket? I guess they're playing starting room. We had to at some point, but that still seems like silly. No, snake trap, you're OP. Why'd you do it? The fuck? That priest just randomly got trapped. What'd he sack? Let me line the Siphene. If this Siphene fears me, I'm going to rage so hard. You have no idea. If that Siphene fears me, I'm going to kill. Okay, good. You saw where I was, right? Just like over the edge of the tomb where it was clearly line of sight, but the Siphene may feel otherwise, so he might fear me. That would have pissed me off. Watching a VOD, some things actually make me 10 times more mad than they do in game. Okay. Nope, this is a gut comp team again. Where was the Ellie Shamans team? Why are they last? A bit too high rated. We only got them after we got our first 5 games out of the way. Yeah, where's the Ellie Shaman teams? I want to have, like, at least a semi-reference over what I'm talking about. I guess I can try to bitch about mages. Although none of these mages seem to like going to that playstyle. They keep just trying to shatter. Because like I said, the first 5 games are pretty easy. And I don't know if these were still our first 5 games. They might be, they might not be. But either way, it's not a bunch of high-rated mages. They kind of go for damage as opposed to the infinite CC shenanigans they keep trying to pull off most of the time. Wow, they pulled deterrence instantly? That's crazy. That's like just mage. Wow, he just like didn't cast on me and I almost died. What is this? What is happening? Look at this shit. Look how much crap is on the screen. Mirror images, totems everywhere, Earth Ellie. Ugh. They need to make a way to make those intelligent. Like, the shadow apparitions. There should be a button. Be like, if you are a warlock and maybe or maybe not get benefit actually of killing these things, turn them off. Actually, they need smarter things. It should just be labeled as stuff I may actually care about. Like mirror images. I don't think anyone really ever cares about mirror images. If you're at the point where I would jab one, it doesn't really matter. Or a much tighter range, like that healing stream totem. It doesn't need a nameplate. Although healing stream is a pretty good thing to kill. Grinding totem, I agree to be big. Water Ellie, it's debatable about whether or not I care that it's back there. Oh no! No! Oh dude, I already edited this one. Sweet. No mistakes. Shamans and Ascendants. We're all Nova'd everywhere. Wow, we have 2 freedoms and I actually got Nova'd. That's upsetting. Maybe I was line of everyone. That would be irritating. Oh, holy shit, did we kill the mage right here? No, he blocked. Check out this chi wave. It's gonna break the trap. No, it didn't break the trap. Sweet. Oh, we saw stun overlap. We suck. Into a Fist of Fury. The half stun. Where's the half paralysis? How the fuck did he just get out of that half paralysis? I'm so confused right now. There is nothing that should have brought him out of that half paralysis. He doesn't even have trinket. I call bullshit. I saw the snakes hit him. They did it afterwards. He got out, and then the snakes hit him. It wasn't... Oh, what the fuck? That priest was mashing mind play, because I took his insanity instantly. That's intense. God damn it. Commentating over this was a terrible idea. I'm too pessimistic. I need to just get ready for 5.4, because there's nothing to talk about. And it's not like it's the same comp over and over again where I could go into like the different strats. It's a Frostbomb mage, so he's getting tunneled. You should expect that. If you play Frostbomb on a mage, you deserve to get tunneled. If you're playing Living Bomb on a mage, I'm still tunneling you. You just don't deserve it. Because Shadow Priests are still like... To me, Priests are trainable, but I really hate getting feared. Like that AoE fear, especially if like... Well, Benji's not BM, so it doesn't matter as much, but... With a BM Hunter, you get feared, the pet gets feared, all damage sort of stops, or if you play double melee, you both get feared. It's just no fun for anyone. Dodging those fears is kind of lame. Or attempting to dodge those fears, you can't actually always dodge them. But that's why I don't like training Shadow Priests. Even though I probably should get used to it because this mage is... The hell? Is he not actually in an armor? I don't see one. Where is it? He's a Molten. Yeah, he takes like no damage. The Shadow Priest, I think, takes more. I don't know if they've gotten rid of Shadow Form damage reduction yet. They really need to. They need to get rid of all of those types of abilities. Okay, this mage is actually dead. Ooh, damage reduction, that's a good idea. They should remove all of them. And I'm still pissed that they made PvE trinkets better, because the 2 PvP ones stop. I don't know if I told you this. The 2 PvP ones stopped being 10% damage reduction and came to be 2600 resilience, which is just a terrible idea. Oh my god, it's paused. There we go. Okay, which is a terrible idea. 1, if you stack resilience because you have to, because shit that's overpowered is killing you instantly, you get a diminished effect from it. 2, it's not even fucking close to 10%. It's like 2%, if that. Okay, it's actually like 3%. If I stacked resilience, I bet it would be less than 2%. Yeah, I don't know why 2600 resilience is 3% when it was originally 10. I feel like they're gonna have to actually disable PvE trinkets if that's the benefit off that you lose is 3% damage reduction versus... God, what was the difference? Okay, the crit damage PvE trinket on a monk was, wow, they hit really hard just then. Okay, the crit damage PvE trinket on a monk was like 80%, so it goes from 100k Fist of Fury to 180k Fist of Fury. That is a lot more than 3%. 3% will not save you from that shit. It won't even come close. I feel like they have to actually disable them. There's too many trinkets out there that are just absolutely too silly. That cooldown trinket, I don't actually know what it gives for every class, but let's say it gives Shadow Dance. Shadow Dance then comes like a fucking 36 or 38 second cooldown. That's just really insane. It should not be that low cooldown. God. Shadow Dance with a 30-second cooldown. Well, more than 30, but about a 30-second cooldown. That would be so terrifying. Considering it's... What would that be? Shadow Dance is what? 7 or 8 with the glyph? I don't know if that glyph still exists, but 7 or 8 with the glyph. How am I getting insanity? I detoxed it instantly. Yeah, I think the glyph makes it like 7 or 8. That's like... 14, 27, right? That's like a 20% uptime on Shadow Dance. That's fucking crazy considering the damage it does. I'm actually curious if that could actually energy starve you. What do I get? I get 12 energy a second, I think? Yeah, there's no way that would energy starve you. Never mind. Holy shit. That was an ass ton of damage. I don't like the Devouring Plague. Even if I dispel it, it just still has done all of its damage. Go back to being a dot, please. It can be a crazy ass dot that ticks fast. That would be acceptable too. But go back to being a dot. If I know it's coming and I hold global for it, like I definitely wasn't there, but if I know it's coming and hold global for it, I should take only 1 tick and it shouldn't hit that hard. If it ticks faster than the GCD, to me that's fine. You should just have the option of not getting ass fucked by it. Of course, I don't know how much of that was the Ellie Shaman. Oh, I'm facing the Ellie Shaman. I can bitch about him now. Okay, so there's this class in this video game that's allowed to shoot fucking balls of lava at people. Now, the interesting thing about this class, if shooting a ball of lava, or a burst of lava, not a ball, close enough, I actually believe it can turn into a beam if they have whatever it takes to actually turn it into a beam, but beams of lava at people, that just sounds fucking terrifying. Jesus. Fuck Ellie Shamans, dude. Who else gets to shoot beams of lava? Anyway, this said lava beam class can shoot 1 at you, and if the game feels in their favor, it might shoot another one. Now, 2 beams of lava sounds terrifying. That would take off, like, both arms. You're not dead, but it would, like, take off both your arms. Now, if the game feels really nice, they might shoot it again. So that's, like, 3. You know, like, you lose a leg then, too. And it could also proc again. So you might actually see 4. So you could lose, like, both arms and both legs. Now, that's not entirely enough to kill you. However, if there's multiple things to flame shock, they might be able to shoot, instead of 4 beams of lava, if they're lucky, or bursts of lava, they could shoot like fucking 85. No, seriously. I don't know how many globals that takes. I think the max you can get in a GCD is 4. I don't believe it's like old Wind Fury where you can proc, so I guess taking 85 of them would take like 20 GCDs. But still, could you imagine getting hit with 85 lava bursts in 20 seconds? That's fucking crazy. Why is that possible? No class should be able to do that. I don't know if they're nerfing them next patch. They really need to. The RNG of it's too high, in my opinion. When you spec out of Elemental Mastery, I believe it's still really good. I think it still gives you Baby Lust. If it doesn't, it could give you Baby Lust again. But when you give up the instant cast whatever it is for a chance at randomly globaling people, obviously a chance at randomly globaling people is better. But when you give that up, I just feel like there's something wrong with the alternative. Like, I get that in a lot of cases, there's always going to be a better. You know, it's like in terms of gearing. You know, as easy as you can make the honor gear to get, if you could get it for free, and it's 1 point lower, it's still not going to be used because, without a doubt, there is a better. People will just play in the best gear. That's kind of how PvP works. There's just a better. So I'm not entirely sure what they should do about that, but yeah. A lot of the talents go the same way. Like, Zon, Chi Torpedo, I believe, and Rushing Jade Wind. While they're buffing those abilities, Zon will still just be better. They're not really going to change that. In some situation, actually I don't even think in a situation that AoE from Rushing Jade Wind would be better than Zon, but I believe there's something going on with it that's iffy. They are changing it, which means they're aware that our talents in the 90 tree are shit. But without a doubt, almost everywhere, Zon's gonna just be a better talent to take. So I feel like they need to have a closer gap where if you want to play the RNG thing and not have to worry about Elemental Mastery Burst, it should really only show up as a major damage nuke roughly the same amount of time as Elemental Mastery. If Elemental Mastery gets buffed to like a 20 or 30 second cooldown to make up for it and loses its globaling potential, sure, go for it. But I don't feel like this RNG talent should just be like, hey, maybe. It's like when I Rising Sun kick people with 10 stacks. I'm just like, maybe? I think that's actually how this game ends. It is actually how this game ends. He's at whatever it is. Let's see, what does this priest have for health? 424k health. Okay. That means Touch of Death is going to do 42.4k damage to be in range of it. I'm pretty sure he has like 60k health, and I Rising Sun kick him, going maybe, and start spamming Touch of Death, and it crits. And I'm pretty sure that's how this game ends. I'm not entirely convinced. I think this is one of the longer games, too. I'm pretty sure this is the longer game that dragged this video out so I can't do anything fun. Oh, hey, here it is! Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I could have Touch of Death him earlier, but I summoned Zon because I wasn't quite sure Benji was actually going to use a damaging ability. Because he can, like, wow, really? Okay, screw it, crappy ending because I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. I wasn't sure he's actually going to do damage to put him in Touch of Death range. Anyway, thanks for watching. Stream, ooh, I should put that on. I'll put the stream thing, like, throughout the entire video, and stuff. Bye.